Hey you guys, so I am here today to do a video to help those who recently did the big chop. Now this is for my TWA, my teeny weeny Afro women's. I think that even if you've been natural for a while, that this video would be beneficial to you. I myself did the big chop, of course. I didn't really transition. I just went ahead and cut my hair off. To give you a little bit more information, if you're new to my channel, I've been natural for 5 years. My hair type is 4B, 4C, mostly 4C, but the crown and the sides are definitely 4B. All right, you guys. So since I basically chopped up all my hair, I shaved my head, I understand. I understand the impatient. I understand the confusion with all the products and the bored. Y'all have bored you may get when it comes to the lack of hairstyles. So what I'm going to do in this video is basically give you some key pointers, what to expect, and also go over some things that you may need to purchase in hairstyles, because I think that's really important. I'm also going to be including a lot of information in the description box, so please make sure pause this video now or wait till afterwards, and make sure that you pay attention to what's listed below, because I'm going to offer some examples of hair products you can try, some links to different hair forums, including Facebook groups. Disclaimer, there will be a bit of ratchetness in some of these groups, but just ignore it and keep it pushing. And some websites, some very informative websites. Some of this stuff you may already have visited or may already know of, but I'm just going to include it anyway, okay? So the first thing I think that is most important with going natural is to really evaluate why you went natural. And the reason why I say this is that I've met a couple of women in the past who went natural because it's the trend, or went natural because they wanted my hair. Like seriously, I had someone that said, I want to have your hair. You need to have a better focus than that, because what I find, what happens all too often is that they go natural and then after a year or so, they go back and they perm their hair. Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but you would be wasting your time, money, because these hair products are not cheap if you do that. So really reevaluate why you're going natural and keep that in mind during your journey, okay? What I really, besides that, what you really want to do is to get down a hair regimen. Get that hair regimen down. Try to determine what your wash day is going to be. A lot of us do it on the weekends. My wash day is on a Sunday. Try to determine what products you want to use. I will be listing below some examples of products down below. 2 things you want to ensure in your hair regimen is moisture retention and try to retain length. Now, there are a couple of ways to go about that. Again, that depends on your hair type, your lifestyle. Now, in my opinion, and this may not be a popular opinion, I would try to stray away from color the first 6 months. And the reason why I say that is because you're learning your hair, you're learning your texture. If you're going to be coloring your hair, that changes the porosity of your hair, okay? That changes how you go about with maintaining your hair. Your hair may become may become drier. It is going to become drier, you know. If you want to color your hair, use henna, okay? But if you're okay with your length and you want to color your hair, by all means, go right ahead, girl. Go right here and color it. But yes, you want to make sure that you are retaining length and moisture, and then your hair will grow and it will be healthy. As far as moisture goes, I'm pretty sure most of you by now have heard of the LOC method, which stands for liquid oil cream. The liquid could either be water, aloe vera juice, or a liquid-based leave-in. Cream of Nature has a good one. Again, I will be listing below examples of other great leave-ins. Oils could be anything, anywhere from olive oil, grapeseed oil, carrot oil, castor oil. If you are a 4B, 4C chick like myself, you want to use a heavier oil such as olive oil. Coconut oil I would not use as a leave-in. Now I would use coconut oil as a conditioning treatment, but as a leave-in I would not really use coconut oil. If coconut oil works for you, by all means, go right ahead. But I find that a lot of women have protein issues and protein buildup with coconut oil, because coconut oil has a lot of protein. The C stands for cream. You want to have a cream, some type of cream product or shea butter. the most popular ones that I think of right now is the Cantu Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream, which I use. You can purchase that at any drugstore, Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens. The other one is Shea Moisture, that Curl Enhancing Smoothie. That is the bomb. That is awesome. And I love the fact that Shea Moisture now has the travel size, the little bitty like $3.99 that you can purchase from Walgreens, okay? So yes, make sure that you are retaining moisture. Make sure that you are moisturizing your hair. Just check it. Make sure that you are massaging your scalp so that you can release that natural sebum, okay? Make sure that you're giving yourself hot oil treatments, all right? So yes, you want to get a hair regimen down, and your regimen will change as your hair gets longer. If you become pregnant doing your hair journey like me, your regimen will change. To hair typing. Do I think that hair typing could be beneficial? Absolutely. But for an example, I did not know my hair type till year 4, okay? Because I was already doing things that helped me with my hair. If you have questions about hair typing, my advice would be to go to a forum or a group, post a picture of your hair as close as possible to the scalp, and just ask, what do you think my hair type is? Now, your regimen, of course, will change depending on your hair type, because as you can see here, when I mentioned if you're a 4B or 4C, you may need to use heavier oils. But I was already using those oils, which is why knowing what my hair type wasn't that crucial. So when it comes to hairstyles, you really are limited to wash and goes. There's finger coils or shingling. There's the sponge method. I have purchased this magic twist to use for my little boy, and it has holes in it. This is great to get those curls popping if you have a TWA. There's also other sponges out there on the market that you can use, but you basically use this in a circular motion for about 15 minutes or so, sometimes less than that if you don't have a lot of hair. But I find that this works best if you don't use as much product, and also for certain length of hair. Like his hair is getting a little longer, it is not working as great. If your hair is longer than about that much, I wouldn't do this, but this much and less, perfect. Sponge is perfect for that. So get you a sponge. I purchased mine on Amazon.com. Finger coils, like I said, and shingling. I used to do finger coils all the time, y'all. That was my go-to. And the great thing about finger coils with shorter hair, you can set your hair on a Sunday and it will last throughout the entire week as long as you're protecting your hair at night, okay? You can do perm rod sets. See these small little perm rods? If you have about 3 inches of hair, you could, less than that, if you have about 2 inches, you could do perm rods, a perm rod set. I never did it because I didn't know you could do that. I never did it, but I would encourage you to look into perm rods for your TWA, all right? Wigs. I work in corporate white America. And I love my job, and I just wigged it up a lot of the times, and I would change up my wigs. I had fun with it. I wouldn't change it up like wear a different wig every day. I would change it up every 2 weeks, you know, wear different wigs. But I was also ensuring that my hair was properly cared for under the wig. But with a TWA, when you have shorter hair, the wig goes on better because you don't have all this. You have to, you know, corn roll and braid down so the wig. So next I'm going to go over some things that I think you should purchase if you haven't already. You could call it your hair arsenal kit. The first thing is being a wide tooth comb or a detangling comb, something to help detangle your hair. Now if you have a TWA, you know, it's easier, but as your hair becomes longer, you want to make sure that you are detangling, especially if you 4C chicks. Detangle before and then detangle even more in the shower with conditioner, okay? Always want to detangle while your hair is wet with conditioner. They have the denim brush, which is awesome. I used to be able to shingle my hair with that, but then I got bored with it. And I don't have mine around here I want to show you. Again, as your hair gets longer, hair clips to help section off your hair and style it, or shampoo or condition combs are awesome and affordable. When it comes to hair combs, I would try to stay away from them as much as possible. If you want to use them, great. I use them a lot, but if, like I said, there's certain things I would do differently if I had to do it all over again, and I wouldn't use combs. I would use instead these 3-inch bobby pins. Now I purchased these at from Albertsons, but you can get them almost everywhere. I like them because they're a lot sturdier with all my hair and because it's so thick. And then actually with this hairstyle you see here, I was able to do all of this with about 4 or 5 of these big bobby pins, okay? You want to get yourself an applicator jar. I got this at Walgreens, and applicator jars are great for putting your oils in, great for putting in conditioners, deep conditioner, and you could just get right down in your hair, massage it, do whatever you need to do, and that's it. So I highly recommend an applicator jar. Most of you know right now, satin bonnets. I have so many of these because God forbid, if I cannot find my satin bonnet and it's time to go bed, I'm just going to bed. Okay, that's just what it is. So satin bonnets. If TWAs, I would prefer, I don't know what you would call this, these slip-on ones that you put on and then tie around your head. I would prefer that. I would prefer that myself, you know. You don't really need a bonnet, okay? A spray bottle. You can purchase spray bottles anywhere, but I like to reuse spray bottles. There's something in here now, the Cream of Nature Strength and Shine Leave-In Conditioner. Of course, it's in there, but I would just use this, reuse it. You can put in, you can make your own leave-in. Water is great. I mean, if you have a TWA, I use water all the time, okay? Definitely get you a spray bottle, okay, you guys? So some things to expect, meaning like the first 6 or 8 months. You will be impatient. That's just what it is. You're going to be impatient, but try not to get impatient. I would tell you guys, try not to compare your journey with others. I get so bad, feel so bad when I post my hair journey and I see women who are like, oh, my hair don't even look like that and I'm 2 years in. I didn't see real growth to 2.5 years into being natural. You find that your hair is stuck after 2 years. If you think your hair is stuck, you need to switch up something within your hair regimen, okay? Something, your hair may be breaking off, so you need to switch up your hair regimen a little bit more. I wear my hair like this on purpose for you guys to realize what shrinkage does to your hair. If you have nappy, kinky, coily hair, you're going to have shrinkage. There's really nothing you can do about it, okay? My hair is shoulder length. You can look at my other videos. But when my hair is wet, this is a wash and go. When my hair is wet, it shrinks up, okay? It is what it is. You have, that's just what it is. I'm so sorry. I see women every now and then asking, what do I do about shrinkage? Accept it. I'm so sorry. You're gonna find people who are not gonna like your hair. That's just reality. You know, when I first cut off all my hair, I sent a picture to my mom and I sent a picture to my sister. My mama replied with like, okay. And then my sister called me and she was basically like, are you okay? Is there something wrong? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just did the big chop and went natural. She's like, are you sure you want to do that? Well, I really don't have a choice. My hair is gone. It's in the sink. So they are absolutely on board with it now. But at the time, they were like, especially if you have a TWA. I mean, women in the community, and I'm not saying they're of course, there's going to be people who are going to love it. But it's going to be a shocker if people are used to seeing you with a lot of hair. Like, I had a lot of hair when I was relaxed. And so when I have coming in with 2 or 3 inches hair, they're like, does she need to have a psych treatment? No, absolutely not, okay? Other things, expect for you to really look at other areas of your life and switch it up. I mean, since I've gone natural, I've switched up my eating habits. I work out a lot more. I drink a lot more water. I mean, I think that it's natural for women who decide to not relax their hair to look at other areas in their life, other opportunities for growth to do things better. I just think that's natural to do that, okay? So that is it, you guys. I hope that someone finds this information beneficial. If you have any advice for women, please post it below. We're here to share and learn from each other, right? So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you as always to all of my new subscribers. Bye.